welcome to my lecture on trigonometric integrals. We're going to be focusing on the form of sine to a power times cosine to a power, but in which the power of sine is odd. So things would be like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, okay? And when the power is odd of the sine, our general strategy is going to be first to save one factor of sine of x. Then use the trigonometric identity that sine squared is 1 minus cosine squared of x. And then we perform our u substitution on our integral. U is equal to cosine of x. Our integral will be left only in terms of u, so we just integrate that. Okay, let's demonstrate this with this example. Sine cubed of x times cosine to the fourth of x. Here the sine has an odd power, so I'm going to save one factor. Okay, so this is going to be equal to sine of x times sine squared of x times by cosine to the fourth of x dx. Now we're going to do a u substitution. The u substitution we should do is cosine of x. Excuse me, I missed one step. Before we do that u substitution, I need to write everything in terms of cosine except for this very first term of sine of x. So I'm going to move this sine of x over here. So the saved factor is going to be sine of x dx. Okay. I'm going to have cosine to the fourth of x over here. So I just moved this factor over here. Then I need to multiply by sine squared of x. But in my second step, I use the identity that sine squared of x is 1 minus cosine squared of x. Okay. Now we're ready for my u substitution. My u substitution is going to be equal to cosine of x. Okay. And now du over dx, the derivative of cosine is going to be minus sine of x. So this tells me that du is going to be minus sine of x times dx, or minus du is equal to sine of x dx. And notice that this term right here, that's exactly given by this right here. So I'm going to replace that by minus du. Okay. So once we do our u substitution, I'm going to get 1 minus u squared times by u to the fourth, because cosine of x is u. Okay, then I'm going to have minus 1 times by du, negative du. Okay, now we're going to FOIL this, and I'm going to get u to the fourth minus u squared multiplied by a negative 1 du. And then I'm going to FOIL the negative 1, and that's just going to reverse the order. So this will be positive u squared minus u to the fourth du. And now we're at our fourth step. We're ready to integrate. Okay, so we integrate this. This is an integral entirely in terms of u. So this is going to be 1/3 times u to the third power minus 1/5 times by u to the fifth power, plus a constant of integration. Now I need my final answer to be in terms of x, but remember, u is cosine of x, so I'm just going to have cosine cubed of x minus 1/5 times cosine to the 5th of x plus a constant. And this is our general strategy for integrating a trigonometric integral with an odd power for sine of x. So remember, first we save a factor of sine. Second, we use the identity sine squared of x is 1 minus cosine squared of x. Then we perform a u substitution, which is u is equal to cosine of x. And lastly, we integrate. And we work through this example. Okay, thank you very much.